Please no. Please, dear God, no. Dear God, I have enough siblings. Please, no.
So first, fill me in. What are you up to nowadays?
I mainly still work construction in St. George. I go to the gym. I try to go twice a day, but if I succeed once, that's a victory in itself. I've been well, but there are ups and downs with everything.
Mm-hmm. Now, are you watching Sister Wives this season? Are you watching everything play out?
I might break your heart and everybody's heart. I don't watch it at all. It's super. When it comes up, I'll watch a clip or something, but I am not relevant to what is going on right now in the show.
You don't know what's going on unless someone tags you or something.
Exactly that. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, how funny. And now, I mean, how often do you get to see your mom and all your siblings?
Siblings varies, but mom once a month. She lives up north in a town up there that starts with a letter. So she lives up north, and I visit her roughly once a month. Not definitely, but roughly. And I get to see Aspen and McKelty and Truly when I visit them. Madison very rarely and Isabel very rarely because they're on the other side of the country.
Yeah, you guys are all spread out. That's how me and my siblings are, so, and my parents. And now, which sibling are you the closest to?
Either Garrison or McKelty. It flip-flops between the two. Garrison's been my best friend for years, but when I first moved out, I moved in with McKelty, which was just the best. It helped me so much.
And what's it like being one of the oldest kids in the Brown family?
I have older siblings and I have younger siblings. I have no way to describe it to you because I don't know what the difference is. This is just what it is.
And now, what's your relationship like with your mom?
My relationship with mom is fantastic. It could be better. I could call her more often, but it doesn't need to be. It is good.
And now, I'm not going to ask what your relationship is with your dad. Are you jealous in any way over your siblings' relationship with their father, though?
Not really. I mean, it's what it is. I don't live there. I've never lived anywhere near Flagstaff. So of course I'm not nearly as close with him as they are. That makes sense. I'm not there.
Right. If you lived there, you'd see them more, you'd be closer. I get it.
Exactly.
And now when the news came out, I'm sure you were like one of the first people to know about Kody and Christine separating. Were you supportive of their decision?
I was supportive of their decision, and I was happy I was happy that they told me after they made the decision. It wasn't mom telling me for years, this did not happen. It wasn't mom telling me for years, I'm going to leave him, I'm going to leave him, I'm going to leave him. And then eventually she did, and it wasn't him saying, I'm going to leave her, I'm going to leave her, I'm going to leave her for years. It was, they made the decision, they made it happen, they worked it out, then they told other people. And I was very happy that that's how it worked.
So it wasn't like you found out on social media, though, like you knew once they told you. Yes,
I knew. I think it was like 2 weeks or a week later. It was within weeks.
Okay, nice. And why would you say you're supportive of them separating? Because obviously it's like a polygamous relationship. He has other wives. So, I'm assuming the separation wasn't as difficult as what another marriage would be.
So I've seen relationships crumble and build, but I'm also looking at it as Dad found his soulmate. Dad found the woman that he does truly love. He does still love mom. He does still love mom. Mom does still love him. It's just not in the same way. But he found his soulmate Robyn, and I'm like, yeah, okay. I'm not gonna get mad about it. I'm not gonna get mad at him for finding the person that he genuinely loves. Because I'm sitting here thinking, well, if I multiple women at once and I found the one I wanted, I'd rather be with the one I wanted. It's there's so many things to it. There really is just a lot.
It gets very complicated, right?
Yes, so complicated. And this is my life. And I was raised in this. It's still complicated. I'm still lost.
Well, I remember because I was trying to ask you how is a polygamy divorce, and you were just like, it's easy, right? Like you just go to the church or something.
I'm not going to say easy, but and Mom didn't even do it this way because we haven't been part of the church in years. Mom just decided she was done, and she talked about with Dad, and it was just done. Normally, how I've understood it is, you go to the church, you tell the elders or whatever they're called. It's been 12 years. You tell that, you ask them, hey, I don't feel comfortable in this marriage anymore. I don't feel like this is a good marriage anymore. This, that, and the other. I would like to be released from it. And then they either do or don't. It's really, it's up to them at that point. And I'm like, you know what? That's super weird to ask for permission to leave someone. Yeah, to have to ask permission. Oh, hey, people that don't know me and I've met once or twice, can you give me permission to leave my wife/husband?
Yeah.
Not, I don't want that.
Oh my gosh. I mean, what's their dynamic like now? Like they're not married. Are they still friends? Do they still speak to each other?
I'm honestly trying to figure out what I am allowed to say because there are certain things that my parents have asked me not to mention to the world.
Okay.
Okay. Mom would like her when it happens. It's not happening yet. It's eventually in the future. No actual prospect. But Mom wants her boyfriend and husband to be close with Dad. She wants them to not be like best buds, but to like be able to hold a conversation, be able to talk to each other like normal people. And now, again, there's no one yet.
No one yet.
In the future, that's what she wants. So they're still decently, they're not as close, but they could be a lot further apart.
You said, sorry, you cut off a little.
They are not as close as they were, but they are closer than they could be. So I think that's a positive.
That's good. So would you say your mom is happier now?
Yes, Mom is happier now.
That's good. And what would you say she's focusing on?
Herself, her children. At the moment, the cooking show.
The cooking show, right.
Yeah.
And are you going to be part of that? Are the kids making an appearance?
When I am visiting, yes. When they visit, yes. McKelty and Aspen, because they live much closer, and Truly, because she still lives there, have been part of it. And in the future, when I visit more often and we are happening to film at the time, then yes, I'll be part of it. And
so when did you move to Utah? I'm assuming you're in Utah.
St. George, Utah. Roughly 5 months before everyone else moved to Flagstaff. Mom sat me down, and this was like the second best thing she ever did for me. She sat me down and she told me, you're not coming to Flagstaff with us. You are moving out before we go to Flagstaff. You can't. And I was like, oh, kind of being kicked out. It was super weird. And now I'm looking back on it thinking, that was like the second best thing she ever did for me.
Why couldn't you live with her?
She couldn't, she wanted me to move forward in life. And living with her, not doing anything, I had a crummy job. I wasn't even going to school anymore. I was not progressing. I was not moving forward. I was maybe even moving backwards. I wasn't even standing still. And she said I can't come with her because I wasn't moving forward. She wants me to move forward, and so she had to tell me to go. And it was one of the best things she ever did for me.
Wow. So then she moved to Utah, in the last year. So would you say that was the best decision for her?
Yes. She is now minutes away from her 2 oldest daughters. And eventually in the future, maybe more children will move up there, maybe more will move near Flagstaff. We're not sure at the moment because the future is so unknown. But she's also like less than an hour from her dad, a half hour from her mom, between 2 hours and 15 minutes from siblings. This was incredible for her.
Wow, that's nice. And now, who among the sister wives, who are you closest to, obviously, besides your mom? Like Mary, Janelle?
Janelle. Definitely Janelle. After mom, by a lot, definitely Janelle. Janelle had four sons. Janelle had 4 sons. I didn't mess that up. I know numbers.
Yeah.
Enough.
There's a lot of kids.
Yeah. Janelle had 4 sons, and I was at her house all the time. I got really, really close with Janelle over a bunch of different things. When I would sleep over, they are not morning people, and I am, but so is Janelle. So I would wake up early, I'd go down early, I'd be pouring cereal as she was getting her coffee, and we would just talk. That happened all the time. It was a very normal event in that house.
Oh, wow. So pretty much it's the same. Like, I know Christine's also very close to her still.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. I'm still very close to Janelle. And Isabel would probably be the second closest to her, but that's because Isabel now lives with Matt.
And what about Mary? I know she kind of has her own thing going on.
Not close.
You're not
Never
close
have
to
been.
her. Yeah.
Never have been.
What about like who has been the most supportive during the separation? I'm assuming it's Janelle.
But in all honesty, Aspen or McKelty, then Janelle, like way behind. Aspen and McKelty have been the most supportive of it. And then out of the sister wives, Janelle.
Now, here's a question. Who do you think is going to be next to separate from Kody?
Not going to answer that. I'm not going to answer.
Yeah, you don't want to get in trouble. And now what about, we didn't talk about Robyn yet. So I kind of read some things that your relationship with her is strange and weird. So would you say it's kind of the same now?
It has heavily fluctuated over the years. There was one small thing. I haven't quite moved out yet, but I was moving out, and the kids had a small little party. They Gabe, Gwendolyn, and Aurora had a small little party as a goodbye. Gabe had several friends over. Gwen had several friends over. Aurora had 2 really, really good friends that she was very close to. And when the last one left, I went out and I hugged Aurora. And it was, she could have leaned away, but she knew it was me. And we hugged. And it was really good and nice. And then she broke up with the side hug, because it was a brotherly side hug. And then she like fully embraced me for a minute. And that was probably like around that time, that was probably when I was the highest with Robyn, because her children were now comfortable with me. Because like, I'd hug her, oh, hey, Ro, how are you doing? Kind of a thing. But this was the first time that actually, like, yes, she, like, proving to the world, not just me and her know it, like, proving to the world, yes, she is my sister. I'm going to hug her when she is upset.
Right. And now, do you hold a grudge against Robyn and Kody or their kids because of what they have?
No. Dad found the woman he loves. Robyn found the man he loved. Robyn found someone who wants to take care of her children. Yeah. I mean, I'm not super stoked about everything because you can't be stoked about everything with everyone. But no, I don't hold grudges against them for them finding love and for them finding an amazing dad.
Right. And how would you feel if they had more kids? And can another one be on the way anytime soon?
Please, no. Please, dear God, no. Dear God, I have enough siblings. Please, no. Oh my gosh. I want to make this clear. I don't want more kids in the family. Nieces and nephews is fine.
Yeah.
No more kids with any wives, please.
Yeah. Now, what do you think the future kind of holds for the show since your mom moved? You know, everyone's kind of living apart now.
because my mom left and things that may come up in the future with that, the show is now probably going up more rather than down. So I think, I'm not sure what will happen. It might have no more seasons. It might have 4 more seasons. It might have 5 or 6. I don't know, but like we are assuming it will do pretty well for another season or 2. Hopefully another season or 2. And then maybe well after that. But we're pretty sure with what just happened, we're probably got at least 2 more seasons.
So were you were part of this one, right? Were you part of this season or no?
No, for a couple scenes when we were having Thanksgiving and for a couple scenes during Christmas. But besides that, not really. The few times that I did visit, they weren't filming.
Okay, so do you think your siblings want to stay on the show? The ones who are involved?
Some of them, yes. Some of them, no. In the very beginning to not be part of it a ton, and they followed it. And I just wasn't part of it a ton. Some of us want to be on it more, some of us don't, and that's what it is.
And now, how's your youngest sister, Truly? She's 11 now, right?
She's 11. She's very smart and bright for her age, but she's also still a child. She also still is very ignorant of the world. So she's seeing, she knows that mom left dad. She knows that they're separated, and she knew for a while. But she's also still a very bright place for her, and we want to keep it that way. We want to keep the world to be a very bright place for her.
Right, because I mean, it's hard at that age to really understand this. So,
yeah, she's very bright for her age. She does know a lot. She does catch on to a lot, but we're really just trying to keep her in the light.
Is there anything you hope, down the road, there's some changes, like whether it be Kody be involved more in Truly's life or your life? Like, what changes would you like to see?
A change that I definitely want is a girlfriend. But besides that, I'm not asking for anything. Dad's relationship has always been ups and downs with all of us. There are times when he's the absolute best. There are times when he's the absolute worst. That's proof of the show as well. So, a few seasons ago, he was the best husband and best father ever. And now people hate him. It's so much.
Yeah.
He is a person that fluctuates. He has always fluctuated, and people's opinions of him have fluctuated. So I don't. If it does get better, that's a good thing. If it doesn't get better, that'll make me sad. I'm not going to ask for anything.
Does he get really emotional by what the fans think of him? Like, does that affect him? Because
it's been 16 seasons, I think that we've all grown tough enough skin. But I'm really not sure how he has reacted to all of this. I know of a few things that get on his nerves, but I haven't seen anything major.
I see. And I know, you like to connect with your own fans on social media and TikTok. So what's that been like for you?
TikTok has been wonderful and very, very supportive and positive, except for, so I released a fun video of me saying how much I love my mother. And people are like, oh, he's so much like his mom. He supports his mom. It's wonderful and amazing. And then I say something a little cocky and a little arrogant. Oh, he's just like his father. I'm so disappointed. I'm like, just let me live my life, please. Gosh. Yeah. I've loved the positive, but the negative is so rude.
So do you feel like you take after both of them? Like, which side?
I am the clone of both of their dads. It comes down to that. I look just like him. I look just like Grandpa. I look just like my mom. I am the clone and the prime specimen of both of their dads combined.
Wow.
And both grandpas just put together. The height, the build, the voice, everything just combined.
Wow, so funny. So you still like to engage with people on social media, even though you're not following everything on what's going on the show?
Yes, it's been very fun. It's been very It's been very nice just hearing this immense amount of support they have, the love they have. It's really nice connecting with them.
And now you said, you know, you want a girlfriend. So would you ever be in a polygamous relationship or marriage?
No, I've known it since I was like 7. I've known it for most of my life. That is not the life I want to live. All power to anyone that does right. If you want to live polygamy, go for it. If you think it's right for you, go for it. I've known it's not right for me since I was like 7.
And that's not something your parents are like, you have to do this. Like, it's your own option.
No, they have been very, very careful to never force anything like that on us. They have been supportive of just about everything we've done. Mariah coming out, they were very supportive. Me joining the army, they were very supportive of just about everything. Not everything. Me working, mom's not super happy I'm in construction and not saving lives, but actually, like real decisions we've made, they've been very supportive of us. And they didn't push, to the best of my memory, I have never been pushed towards this. Towards anything.
It's just not for you because like you don't want multiple wives.
Yeah, I just don't want multiple wives. I want if I can finally get one.
And then what about your mom? Do you see her next relationship being in polygamy or no?
Definitely not. She's honestly done with it, and that's okay. That's okay. She's grateful for her sister wives. I think it's the same thing for the kids. We're all grateful for it. She's grateful for it, but it's just not for us. And just not for her anymore.
And now in terms of her starting to date again, are the kids kind of helping out, like trying to set her up on dates?
I haven't at all. I don't doubt that McKelty has. Aspen, maybe. But I don't doubt that McKelty has been trying. But thus far, to the best of my knowledge, nothing has actually happened. There hasn't, to the best of my knowledge, there are no dates, there are no prospects. There's just McKelty being like, oh, hey, Mom, when are you going to start dating again? Aspen, maybe. Aspen is like being the oldest child. She's like, maybe, right, like 50-50. Maybe she is pushing for something. Maybe she's not. I don't know.
Right. Because like you said, she's focusing on herself. Like, I know she went through this whole weight loss. So is she kind of continuing reaching her body weight goals, or is she like happy where she is?
She's continuing and she's really happy with it. We're all happy for her. Yeah.
Wow. You must be like so proud. And what else is coming up for you? What else do you want to mention?
TikTok and Instagram are the only things really going on in my life. It's going super awesome. It's going super well. It's like, people like me. And it's an amazing feeling. That's about it.
I mean, it's awesome because you're on this show and that's how people know you, but like you're little involved, you know, you don't have to do much work for it.
No. Make a funny video. Hopefully it does well. It doesn't do well. And sadness. But it does well, yay.